Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. Military and Family Matters here. Yeah, I spent a great deal of time sharing information on our channel to make sure that I or we continue to share knowledge, right? Information is important, right? Knowledge transference is like one of my primary pillars, right? Being able to share the knowledge, whether it's financially, or whether it's educational wise, whether it's career wise, or whether it's just you want to just sit down and have a conversation. That's what I am all about, right? Because I'm looking forward the opportunity to continue to grow. Because as I am a lifelong learner, I hope you are too as well. So today's conversation is about military and family matters, right? It's kind of important. It's one of these conversations that we don't talk about much, but it kind of like escapes us. As being a father in the military, for me, my oldest child is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Well, my youngest child, Adrian, is with me right now. So, it's quite challenging, especially when you got military obligation and when you got a point in time that you have to go see the oldest, and then you got to make sure you spend as much time with the youngest. Although the youngest is in the household, the oldest is still away. So, as a father, if you are in a predicament or in the situation that I am, you spend a lot of time, you spend a lot of miles away from home. So that is something to, one, say, if you are doing that, continue doing that, right? You're laying that foundation, that framework, so that way your kids understand that, hey, daddy is going to go the extra mile, no matter what, no matter the challenges, right? So of course, I've been enduring that for some time right now, but it's not going to get in the way. The other thing would be, being in the military, you're career driven, right? And if you're not career driven, you just need to find that passion so that way you can be career driven. As for me, being dual military, it's always a challenge because I am an officer, my wife's an officer, so we have to do successive KD assignments and stay within our career path. She being a finance officer, she has a narrow line. Me being a signal officer, I have a wide scope where I could do a lot of different variety of things, but she cannot. And then when you throw on the family dynamic on top of that, yeah, it becomes a challenge, right? But it's one of those things where, I'm grateful that I have a wonderful partner who understands that although we're focused on career related stuff, we cannot forget the family aspect, the family dynamic. You have to go get Elizabeth. You have to bring us all together. We have to unplug from the military mundane routine so that way we can recenter ourselves. So in family matters in the military, as a father or as a single mother or as a mother itself, you find yourself have to do PMEs, right? Professional military education, right? Or you find yourself in school trying to better yourself, to make yourself more competitive or market yourself better. When you give it an exit in the military, you can find yourself a job. Or you can find yourself what we call a badge hunting, right? You're hunting for all these accolades, these different badges to make you more competitive so you stand out more. But in the midst of doing all these different challenges and all these different tasks and obstacles that are in front of you, we don't want to forget that our family dynamic is what's important. Because once we take off the uniform and once we come back home, all we will have is that family member. And what I am trying to steer away from, I don't want Elizabeth to ever say, Daddy, you were too focused on career later on in life. I don't want Adrian to say, Daddy, you was focused on going to becoming a stellar officer and you just forgot about the family dynamic. And you get to ask yourself, well, what type of husband, father am I trying to be? And I don't want my wife saying, you just didn't have time for us. And then next year, a family split. I don't want that. So if you're in the military, take the time to understand your family dynamic and realize what's important. Don't get caught up in all the hype, right? Understand that you can go farther by yourself, but you can go much farther as a group with your wife, with your partner, and you will be able to tackle any challenge in front of you as long as you do it together. All right? Family matters. Stay tuned and stay informed.